Voltron Network.
So, shall we begin?
You are now tuned into Talking at the Movies with your hosts, Eddie, Salim, and Mo.
What's good, guys? Welcome back to Talking at the Movies. I'm Eddie Santonio.
It's your boy Salim.
And it's Mo.
I was waiting for you to
Yeah,
jump
we're supposed
in
to be
there.
special guest.
Yeah, it should be the other way around now.
Should go straight to Mo because non-commitment here.
No, there's loads of
He's
commitment.
downgraded to special guest once a month.
And in a few months it will be like once or twice a year.
Yeah. Guys, sorry, no video this week. Technical difficulties, no way around it. But don't worry, we're all together, so getting old school chemistry. So,
Yeah, there's always something good about just meeting up and just doing it live.
it's so long.
Doing it live, Eddie.
So
Do you like doing it live? Do you like doing it live, Mo?
Do it
Oh,
live, son.
I like it live like Amsterdam. Amsterdam live.
Come on, let's do it live right now.
Do it without the cameras where no one can see us.
Oh God, put it away! Oh my God, what are you doing? What is that liquid that's
Let me
leaking?
just slap it on your face, Mo.
I apologize, guys. So, what's been happening, man? What's
Okay.
happening in your life, son? Give us an update.
What's
Why
happening?
you been
Been
away?
a while.
Listen, you know what, right? My last relationship came to an end because of this podcast.
It wasn't because of this
Well, it's
podcast.
partly to do with this podcast. So I'm saying nothing on this show when it comes down to my personal life.
Not even the good news.
Well, just no, I don't think until it happens.
Until it happens.
Until it happens.
Okay.
Okay. And then that's not another podcast that I'm saying that's going to be coming out that never does. It's something else.
Okay. Well, you got any good news?
Well, I got any good news. Well, it's week 1 of vacation, week 2 to come, so
Wait, have you just? This is the first week off vacation?
I've had a week off.
You know what? You never really got to experience furlough, did you?
I have not, no.
No, you was just like working.
I've
all the
been
way through.
working.
Yeah.
But even you as well, it's right?
Yeah, I haven't had a break at all.
No.
Need one. I'm going crazy. Who cares? Who
tired.
cares about Eddie?
I care about you. If I didn't care, I wouldn't have brought you here. But what?
You just wanna play
actually,
Street
wait a
Fighter.
minute.
You don't
I
care.
don't think
You
you
just
care.
wanna play
Wait, hold
Street
on.
Fighter.
I don't think you care about yourself. You know why? Because literally, you've only like had 4 hours sleep, and it's becoming.
Barely that.
I'm getting concerned
Barely
about
that.
you because it seems like a regular thing now.
The only excuse to have 4 hours sleep is because you were doing back-to-back marathon of Star Trek. There was literally
That's
no
the only
other
reason. That's the
no
only
other
reason.
reason why I should only be having 4
So
hours.
that's what I
sleep.
should be doing then when I'm not sleeping. Just watching Star
Well,
Trek. and
well,
that'll-
only
that'll justify it.
Only if you're getting 4 hours of sleep.
Yeah, that'll justify
Because you
it.
just got to watch the next episode.
Normally I don't agree with Mo, but I think in this time round, even I agree.
You
with
two
it.
still are watching Star Trek, yeah? You
Yeah.
went back to Generations, and
Yeah.
you're going back to the old school.
No, I'm watching Next Gen and the old school. The
It
original
just never
series.
ends.
Yeah, because you finish one series, you start the next, and before you know it,
You're
it's
58.
been a year or two.
But you're not going
And you're
backwards.
It's-
Like, you're literally going backwards in each season. Like
Okay,
you
so-
are.
so-
you were doing like Deep Space Nine, and I think you went back to Voyager, now you're going back to.
Well, here's the weird thing, right? And I know it sounds really crazy, and probably I don't know if anyone's going to get this right in my thinking. But now, so I've done Voyager, I've done Deep Space, I'm doing Gen at the moment, and then I'm probably going to go back to Voyager again and do it all over again.
Yeah, that's it. But it takes, look, imagine how many years it takes you to do all of that. You should try Enterprise, honestly.
Yeah.
I will say, I stopped watching Enterprise when it was on TV.
Wow.
Because I couldn't get into it. A couple of years ago, I watched it from beginning to end and loved it. Honestly, it's like the old school Star Trek.
Yeah.
It has more in common with that than the new stuff. I'm not saying the new stuff's bad.
I didn't mind the Enterprise.
Yeah.
It was alright. So what have you been watching?
Okay,
son?
so right, so my one has been a bit of a weird mix actually. I've gone back to Game of Thrones.
Oh.
Yeah, so what's happened is that my nephew's got all this free time,
Yeah.
and he's watching Game of Thrones because he's never seen it.
Yeah.
So I sit along with him and watch it, and I've got to say, man, I think we all forget how good
how good it
that
was.
show actually is.
Whereabouts is he now?
So he's actually finished it. but it's just I would jump in every now and then into those episodes. But every time I would jump into an episode here and there, I would just think to myself, bloody heck, man, this show was something special.
So he never watched it when it was airing. So now that he's finished the whole lot, what was his opinion? Was he as let down as the rest of us?
No. I think this is the interesting thing, right? You know, you tell people, I don't know if you do, Mo, right? But I do, and I know you do, Eddie, right? About the last season, there's no point in watching it because the last season is so shit, right?
Letdown, yeah.
It's a letdown, right?
I think that's more driven by like social media.
Yeah, okay.
No, but it was though, man. It just wasn't
satisfying.
satisfying.
It wasn't satisfying.
Is that what your nephew thinks?
No, right. So here's the thing. That a lot of people that I know that have they watched Game of Thrones just recently and they said, you know what, it's not as bad as what everyone's making it out to be. And I get that from their point of view because they're not watching content in the same way that we're watching it.
If they just watched it all in one go.
Yeah.
They're not watching it over the years that we watched it.
Yeah.
And the fan theories after each season, where things could go. I guess they weren't filling their minds on where Daenerys could end up. Like, they were just accepting what they were getting because they were just watching it.
What I mean by this is that when we're watching it, we're watching something to review it. We're really trying to dissect the show itself. But these people, they just want to watch a quick show, get it out, and that's it. You know, over and done with. But they're cool with it not being great.
So you were actually happy with the final season?
I wouldn't say I was happy, but...
Like Daenerys, a sudden 360 to the
well,
side.
I mean, that was to be expected, right? Because she's the Mad King's daughter.
Yeah, but they didn't build it up at all. It just kind of happened in like
some of it
4
was
episodes.
very sloppily done, but like that doesn't take away from like what came before was very good.
Yeah. And obviously, Star Trek I'm watching, but I'm also now going back to watching... oh, bloody heck, how can I forget that show?
Clues. Actors.
Okay.
Premise.
Okay.
Charades, come on.
Okay.
Sounds like...
Theme Park.
Westworld.
There we go. So he's now watching Westworld. So you know what? You should put a ping in there. Like, you got it. So I'm going back to watch Westworld as well. And again, a very, very good show.
Season 1.
Yeah, it just started again.
Star Trek Next Generation. So you're season 4, right? So you've seen the episode Yesterday's Enterprise. That is the one where they go for an anomaly, like they do every other week.
Yeah.
And suddenly the future changes, and Tasha Yar, who's dead, is now suddenly on the ship.
Yes, I've seen that.
Yeah, you watched that one, yeah?
Yeah, that's what...
Top 5 episode, that.
What season is that in?
That, I think, is very early season 3.
Yes, I can't remember.
It's the one where Guinan goes, Tasha shouldn't be on the ship.
Yes. Very, very
That
good.
chick with the short hair.
Yeah.
Short blonde hair.
Yeah.
I tell you one episode that I really did enjoy is the double part that crosses over into season 3 to season 4 where...
Best of both worlds.
Yeah, where...
the Borg.
Yeah. I mean, I love anything with the Borg in it. You know?
That was... So I was watching some of the behind-the-scenes stuff. That was that cliffhanger was the one that sort of like really shot the interest of like the Next Generation into like the public conscious, because when that happened, everybody was talking about it.
I apologise everybody for this Star Trek segment, but
he's such a hater.
No,
such a hater.
Why do you just hate it so
Like, no,
much?
hold on, wait, Eddie, hold on. What's that show that you're watching, Military and Witches? That's what you like, right?
Salem.
Salem.
Fort Salem.
That's
The show
Eddie.
that I'm watching about witches in the American military. Witches are accepted into society.
What?
So now the military have created their own
So, Star
squadron
Trek,
for witches.
Yeah. So, all right, moving on. So, Lower Decks.
Good
Yeah.
show.
Do
So,
the low expert now, or do it after?
No, I'll do it now. Get it out of the way. We watched it.
yeah. So I was new to this. But I'm enjoying this. I like this. I like the animation. I like the pacing. I like the characters. You know, they're coming to life a bit more. I know you're concerned.
I like it overall. It's a fine show. I can watch it. But it's just that one character that annoys the shit out of me. The main female character. I just find the two overbearing.
Do you find that
in season 3, they tone it down a little bit.
Season?
episode?
Sorry, excuse me, episode 3.
Yeah.
But I am getting to a point where I am finding it slightly bit annoying as
Really?
well.
I don't
Yeah.
find her annoying at all.
Yeah.
Maybe that's just the type of woman you like.
Actually, you know what?
It's loud.
I'm-
In your face. What's going on, Mom? What are you doing? Let's go out somewhere. Let's do something. What are you sitting there doing nothing?
That's not a very good impression.
That's the shit. I can't take it. I can't take it.
Yeah, it's not as bad as what you're making it out to be, but for me anyway.
So, because you look like at episode 3, she really learns the whole, like, you're not the best on this starship, you don't know everything, we're a whole team, and the first officer actually says to her, no one can get a word in edgewise because you never shut up.
Yeah. They do acknowledge it. And yeah, episode 3 she was a bit better. But yeah, overall it's a fine show. You know, it's easy to watch. Just, you know, entertainment. It gives you that vibe of old school Star Trek. I'd rather watch Orville, but you know, this is fine.
I'd rather watch the Orville than a bona fide Star Trek. But there's been like 20 episodes of the Orville, and you've only had 3 of this.
Dude, I was in with Orville from the first episode.
I don't think you were.
We were watching
Mo. We were like properly.
I don't think you were. I think you were kind of like, I'm not sure about this.
No. I was in it.
You can say that now.
So that's what I've been watching. What about you guys?
I've had a weird one, guys. It's been strange.
Which is in military?
Not even that. Like, I've been watching that. Full Salem. Got to get up. But, because of my little thing with, because of you, watching all the documentaries about history, all the films I've been watching have been about history, and I figured, let me do something different, a different sort of culture. So then I went back and watched Bajra Al-Mastani.
Wow. Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a good film. It's a bit... besides, it's not perfect, little melodramatic, but it is a solid film. And
Yeah.
the director, he's kind of like that Zack Snyder level of just aesthetics, just candy. It's beautiful.
Yeah, those colours are seriously punchy in Bajra Al-Mastani.
His shots, man.
So where's this taking you?
And I was enjoying some of the music, so I think, let me see what this director's done. What's his name? Sanjay...
Bansali. Leela Bansali.
Yeah, that was it. So I figured, let me go watch something else he's done. Devdas, early 2000s.
Very good film.
Another beautiful film. Cool songs.
Yes.
And I started realising this pattern. I'm actually enjoying the music. They were good. I know this Bollywood, and I'm a black guy. I'm not supposed to like this shit, but I was enjoying a lot of this music.
I'm brown. I don't like that stuff.
So how far have you gone back?
I went down a wormhole that took me back to like 1960.
Shut up.
And I was watching a movie called Mughal Al-Zam, which is like the beginning of the golden age of Bollywood. It's like the Gone with the Wind of Bollywood. And it is a technical achievement. You watch this and you have to appreciate the scale of what was done. It was like the budget of like 10 Bollywood movies in one for a guy's first film. I could get into the whole lore. I got deep into it about the actors and all that crap. I won't bore you with that, but I was loving it. And I started watching other movies from the 70s. Sholay. I've watched, what was the other one? Kunga.
He's going to end up marrying an Indian girl. And they're going to go to watch Bollywood movies.
I was looking at some of the actresses and I was thinking, oh, she is pretty. I wouldn't mind.
What,
Sri Devi, I was like...
From the 80s and the 60s?
I was looking at Sri Devi and I was thinking, yeah, I like her eyes. She got nice eyes. Yeah, I could live that life.
You might... Look, if you want to meet Indian people, Eddie, and want to start dating Indian people, I might be able to arrange that.
I was just enjoying the music, man.
All right.
But the films were solid. That's the thing that surprises me. Like the modern Bollywood, don't want to offend any of our Asian listeners, but the modern films I can't really deal with. They're a little too cheesy, a little too overdramatic. The music's just too poppy. Weird take on like R&B. That's just not great.
Yeah,
but the older stuff, I don't know. I just have an appreciation for it.
Look, I'll add to this because one of the biggest problems I had when I was doing Bollyfools is that the new stuff that was coming out, we weren't enjoying it, and we would keep on going back. We will keep on going back to the old school Bollywood movies.
Give up on it, Mo.
No,
it's
but
there for you to appreciate.
But he can't enjoy it.
I apologise, folks. I know you tune in to hear the Star Trek and the news, but just bear with us.
So I'm an ascended being. I have an open mind to all cultures. It doesn't matter what language it is, what country it's from. If it's good, it's good. I can appreciate it, and I appreciate it.
Okay, so have you watched any of the new stuff except for the Leela Bansali stuff?
He's the only modern stuff I kind of get into. Like the other stuff, like I said, it's just too bad.
It's no wonder you're only sleeping 4 hours a night. Those films go on for like 5 hours.
They are long.
But here's the other side to it. Although you're having a dig at this, Mo, you saw a trailer which is a Bollywood trailer today.
I don't know if that really falls into the traditional Bollywood though. It's very different that.
That's more of a...
Dude, I could show you 5 films right now that are like that. Bollywood movies without the soundtracks.
That's not a Bollywood film, then, is it? Aren't Bollywood films all about like the glitz and the melodrama and the dancing and the songs?
Yeah, even that Dango had that.
Yeah, but
this seems more like just a gritty thriller that just happened to be.
Yeah, guys,
which we'll get to in a minute.
Yeah. Anyway, all right, okay.
But besides that, then for some reason I just got the itch to watch. Remember Wicked City, son?
Yes.
Manga Entertainment.
Yes.
Old school anime from the 80s.
Yes.
I sat down and watched it.
How is that?
Crazy. It doesn't hold up as well as far as the story goes, but the animation still holds up, and it's still as crazy as we remember.
I remember masturbating over Wicked City.
Wow, I wasn't expecting you to be that open about it, but
because like
whatever scratches that is for you.
That's the thing. The first use of that word on this show, like since Salim was last on here.
Probably.
Well, the thing was when I was a kid, right? Spiders and women used to turn me on.
Spiders.
Yeah, spiders transform. Women turning into spiders.
Why do you like?
Well, I don't know.
You used to jerk off to spiders.
That's the opening. That's what I'm getting. That's the opening scene. The guy picks up a chick in the bar, takes her back to the hotel. They're having sex. She's loving it. It's all good. It's like, this is amazing. This woman's amazing. Suddenly her limbs begin to grow. Wrap around him. He pushes away, and she's in the bed with her legs and arms, and then legs split, and her vagina's a massive mouth. Like that's trying to consume him.
Is that what you dream of?
Man, like I tell you, I like a lot of those tapes that Brian used to give us.
Yeah, Legend of the Overtheme was the craziest
that was pretty crazy. What, like fucking some small
tentacles?
Yeah,
and...
somebody whilst he's flying, man.
Yeah. That's fucking crazy. Them old school, they don't make anime like that anymore.
No, they don't.
It's just dry. It's just too pedestrian now.
So instead of catching up on something like Mob Psycho,
which I don't want to do, but it was just too much fun, man.
So you wanted to watch Spider Women?
We should have. We could still actually do it for original versus remake because they made a live action movie of it as well. So that would be an interesting comparison between the two.
Live action Spider Woman.
I don't know. I can't remember whether the Spider shit was in. Did we ever watch the live action one?
No, we didn't. No live action one.
Both on YouTube. That should not be on YouTube, but it is. You can go watch it. This Wicked City full movie. Go enjoy it. Enjoy it.
I would, but I probably couldn't sleep more than 4 hours if I'd watched something like that.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Maybe that's what it is that you're consuming so much content that your mind is on overdrive and you're just
watching
thinking.
This at night, though. I'm watching this normal.
No, but that's what I mean, because you're just thinking, right, about all this stuff, and that's why you can't sleep because your brain can't rest.
It's true.
Yeah.
And then also checked out the new Netflix movie, Project Power.
Oh yes, I watched that as well this week.
Oh, goody. Shall we say that until after you're what you've been watching, and we get to like a proper review?
Right. So this week, I was just counting here. I've watched like 6 movies this week.
Oh shit!
So let's start off with Flash Gordon.
So there's almost as many Bollywood movies I watched.
1981, I want to say.
Savior of the Universe.
Damn, that's a terrible fucking film. But it's one of those films, when you watch it,
It has charm.
It has charm, and it's like the set design, the costumes, they are all mental.
Yes.
Like, it's like they spent tons of money on this, right?
Yep.
And the guy who plays Flash Gordon really looks the part. But the minute he talks, you're like, how did he get this gig?
It's probably just the way he looks, right?
Yeah.
No, but he literally, like, imagine, you're looking at him, you think, that's Flash Gordon. But the minute he speaks, you're kind of like, fuck. What the hell happened?
But he was surrounded by like an amazing cast. Like, what's that guy called? Simon Blessed.
Oh, Brian Blessed. He's really good. Gordon's alive!
Alive! I love that guy's voice.
Ming just looked exactly like you expected him to look.
Merciless.
They had like these 2 gorgeous main actresses, the Ming's daughter and the Earthling woman.
Yes.
It is proper, like such a rubbish film.
Space opera.
Yes.
But you still enjoy watching it.
It has charm, but I definitely feel that there's room for a remake. With
Oh,
that.
absolutely.
If you're willing to go R-rated with it, that's a hell
all
of
the
a
films
remake.
that they keep remake Flash Gordon.
Yes, it's insane.
It's time.
You could have a lot of fun with that remake.
Yeah.
A lot of fun.
A lot.
Yeah. Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. I watched that.
Ooh, okay.
It's just come out on 4K. I will say this. I don't think this film has aged particularly well.
I think we were talking about that, and that
did
was
struggle.
figuring. Yeah,
I'm hoping when I watch the sequel this week, I'm more into it.
Don't think that's the case.
I found myself being distracted quite easily.
It gets to a point where it's novel at the beginning when you got them like party undo, but then it gets a bit.
It does get very stupid. Yeah. So I was quite surprised by that. But an 80s movie that has aged really well that I watched, Teen Wolf. Michael J. Fox.
I actually saw that maybe like a month or two ago on telly.
And you didn't talk about it.
No, I forgot.
No, it's sublime. It still holds up really well.
The makeup was good as well.
The makeup was good. It's the comedy in it, the moral in it. It's just superb.
It's still bizarre that everyone just accepts. At first, everyone's shocked, but then it just becomes a normal thing, and he's just hanging out.
It becomes like the superhero of the hour.
It's, you know what? If you ever heard that concept, right? If that was pitched to you, you could probably see it as an anime, but as a movie, it's just so over the top.
True. I never did check out the TV show, but it was popular and it did run for a long time.
I think I watched a few episodes and I just didn't get into it.
I've only seen Teen Wolf once. I wouldn't mind going back to it.
Once?
Yeah, only once.
Have you seen Teen Wolf 2?
No.
With Jason Bateman?
Yeah.
No, I haven't seen
Boxing.
Teen Wolf 2.
Orville.
Oh.
Him.
Oh,
Who?
no, I haven't.
Huh?
Jason Bateman. Orville.
The what?
The Orville.
He's not from the Orville.
Yeah.
That's Seth MacFarlane.
Seth MacFarlane's not in Orville. I mean, no. Ozark.
Yes, Ozark. Yes.
This is
Am I saying Orville?
sleep.
It's
like
true.
kicking in
It's just,
now.
it's the O. They both the O. There's a Z in
You
there
could have also
somewhere.
just said he was from Arrested Development.
I could do, but that kind of it's been it's a dated reference there. But yeah,
Yeah.
I don't remember number 2 as much.
Number 2 apparently was nowhere near a bigger hit and is nowhere near as charming.
It's not.
Even Michael J. Fox wasn't really enamoured with making this film because you've heard like him talking on the Back to the Future stuff where down the road Steven Spielberg was making a time travel movie and he goes, that sounded like a film, not this. That's what I wanted to be doing.
Yeah.
And he obviously got to do it.
Which one did you do first?
Teen Wolf.
Yeah.
He was doing Teen Wolf. He was doing a TV show at the same time as well, and then he did Back to the Future.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know how he did it.
He was working night and day. I remember at the time reading stuff about he would basically work on Family Ties during the day, and at night time go work on Back to the Future, and he would have a driver to take him home, and then the driver would literally come and wake him up after a couple of hours.
And you don't say I'm bad with my sleeping. Like, what was he going through?
Yeah, but he's actually working and he's making like these movies that still last like 35 years later.
Don't want to insult the guy, but do you think that deprivation for that long
that's what I was going to
has
say.
gone into or fed into some of the problems he's having now?
They do. So I have read stuff. Apparently, they do think like that. The amount of work he was doing in that period might have had something to do with it because he got it. He had it diagnosed quite young.
Yeah, it's like
He was
late 30s or something. It's like when he was doing Spin City, I think.
Yeah, apparently he started to notice it on the set of Back to the Future 2.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
That young.
So he was very young. Like normally Alzheimer's is something you don't really hear about from people until they're like
60,
in their
70.
yeah.
So here's the thing then, Eddie, right?
Keep it
You
posted.
might want to start getting some sleep.
Oh yeah.
I get twitches.
It's
what?
literally
I
lack
get
of
twitches.
sleep.
Twitches.
Yeah, well, I
What
was
do you
saying
mean?
suddenly like, my leg will just do a twitch. Some weird things. I just know Twitch, guys.
Lack of sleep is apparently linked to Alzheimer's, linked to dementia.
Yeah. I know.
Exercise,
I'll fix
Eddie.
it. I'll
A
fix
good
it.
diet, exercise,
Alcohol.
routine.
That's what I need.
I
More
will-
alcohol.
I will
before
help
sleep.
you with the fermented stuff. Okay,
Alcohol?
Mo would not. Oh,
Ferment
what?
some alcohol. That will help me. Now put me to sleep.
I then watched last night a movie called Time After Time, a 1979 classic.
Wow.
This is actually directed by Nick Meyer. Nick Meyer is famous for having rescued the Star Trek franchise by directing the Wrath of Khan, also wrote The Voyage Home and then directed The Undiscovered Country. This is a time travel movie, hence why I watched it.
Okay.
So this is literally H.G. Wells. It is like a reimagining of the time machine. So literally H.G. Wells in the 1800s builds a time machine. Jack the Ripper escapes in that time machine to 1981 or something. Oh no, 1979. And
Wasn't that the premise of that TV show?
there was a TV show.
Yes.
But this was like a movie done in the 70s. And essentially it's Malcolm McDowell. I didn't even recognise him. Because he looks nothing like he actually looks like when I remember him being in films. And it's fantastic, right? This film didn't do particularly well. It's just like a footnote in history. And get this, when Nicholas Meyer was just sitting around, his flatmate was like, you got to get on with things, right? Because if you want to be a director, you can't just be sulky because your last film didn't do very well. She goes, I've got a friend down where I work. His name's Harv Bennett. They're like trying to find a director for Star Trek 2. I'll have a word with him. That's how he got the gig for Star Trek 2. He'd never watched an episode of Star Trek, went down, talked to Harv Bennett, they hired him.
It's about who you know. That's all it ever is.
Wow.
Hard work. It's not about hard work, guys. That's the moral of this story.
No,
Work hard? No.
He
Just
did,
know someone
He did
who will
have
help
a
you.
feature film under his belt, and what I thought was fantastic about this film
flop.
were two things. It wasn't a flop. It was just like, if it was a film, it wasn't
To
notable.
direct
It
Star
wasn't,
Trek
yeah.
2.
There is a scene in this where they go into a McDonald's in 1979, and it's amazing, right? Not because it's shot amazing, it's just looking at something that I've seen with my own eyes in the early 80s that reminded me that that's what a McDonald's used to look like inside.
Wow.
That was really cool. It's also got Mary Steenburgen. I have never seen a film pre-Back to the Future 3 with Mary Steenburgen.
Oh, the mum.
Yeah, not the mum, the Clara. You know, the girl from the 1800s that Doc falls in love with.
Oh.
So she is so young in this movie. She is absolutely beautiful. But as I was watching the movie, I'm like, I've seen this somewhere before because H.G. Wells is telling her that he's from the future.
Oh, shit.
And she's like, you expect me to believe that you're from the future? I'm like, hold on, I've seen this film before. This is exactly what happens in Back to the Future.
That was a little Easter egg. Maybe they knew. Maybe they were. Oh, maybe that was like a little reference.
And what's really amazing is, as I'm watching it, he goes back to 1979 on November 5th. Which is November 5th, 1955.
Shit. So this movie had more significance than we're probably giving it credit for.
I don't know if that's where if it's a coincidence. Apparently, last night I looked it up. Apparently, Robert Zemeckis' dad is his birthday is November 5th, so that's probably more it. It might just have been a coincidence, but a funny coincidence nonetheless. Like time travel films, it's worth a watch. I then watched earlier in the week Peanut Butter Falcon.
Oh.
Don't know if either of you watched. I think you might watch that, Salim.
Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah, Peanut. Oh yeah, I saw this earlier on in the year. Actually,
Yeah, so it's
The
on
one
Netflix.
with the kid.
It's the kid who's mentally challenged,
Down
and he's got Down syndrome, and he basically has no family, and he's left to basically live his life in an old people's home. And all he wants to do is go to this wrestling school.
Right. Yeah.
And literally, it's his adventure. He escapes from the home, and he somehow gets befriended by Shia LaBeouf. And Shia LaBeouf basically promises to take him to the wrestling school. And it's got little cameos in there by like Jake the Snake Roberts, Mick Foley.
Yeah. What did you think of it?
It's a really good, heartwarming movie. It's a proper feel-good film.
I'm actually surprised that you haven't seen it yet because, like, you're doing all the wrestling podcast stuff, you know.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. It's actually, like Mo said, it's a very good film.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those sort of films that I would never really think about watching for myself, but I'd seen a load of people on a forum just saying, look, it's really good. Yeah. So I thought, you know what, it's an hour and a half, it's not a long film. Dakota Johnson, I think is her name, the lead actress, absolutely gorgeous as well.
Shia's on a bit of a resurgence right now.
He's an incredible actor. The whole time I'm watching this film, right, I'm watching like these two guys, and I'm like, this is why I never have any adventures, because these guys are literally roaming around like the kid. for like a portion of the movie, has no clothes, just wandering around in these underpants. They sleep on the land. They come to a river. They jump into the river to swim to the other side. And I'm like, I won't even go camping.
Didn't you ever have those? Didn't you ever have those childhood? Like, I can't imagine that if I was a parent, I would not do what my mum was willing to do. Like, I would just roam. There were like packs of us, like wild hyenas, just roaming the streets.
Yeah, but you would go home at night.
Yeah, but it was like
these kids
would just
these guys literally just
a 10-year-old kid just out in the world to just go anywhere.
But you did a lot of that. You just
but we would go home. Yeah, but we would go home at night. But this is different. This is like they're walking like across North Carolina.
Yeah,
highly recommended. I would say that is a 4 out of 5 film. It's on Netflix, Eddie. Watch it.
Yeah.
Now, I also want to give some time to Dark, because I have just finished season 3, even though I told you about this, Eddie.
Yeah, middle of the week, where I expect me to just watch. When I was in the middle of my Bollywood headspace binge, you expect me to switch to watching this German sci-fi insane headfuck.
When I told you about Dark season 1, you watched it twice in like a couple of days.
That's true.
Dark season 3, oh my god, I want to talk about this so much with somebody. I'm going to give you a spoiler-free review, right? This is the most complicated head fuck. Make me feel like I'm the most stupidest person on the planet show ever. In fact, even after I had finished it, I went and then looked up like who is who, what is what, and there were things like,
I thought you didn't need to.
Huh?
I thought you said you didn't need to.
Listen, watch season 3, right? Because not only is there another world, I don't want to spoil it for you.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah, but there are there's other worlds. There are different points of time.
Yeah.
And then there's another thing I don't want to tell you about because you got, and it becomes so incredibly complicated. And again, it's the show that doesn't explain anything. If you don't get it, that's your fault.
Yeah,
that's your problem.
You should have paid attention.
But having said that, the show is still phenomenally good. I was a little bit disappointed with how the solution for everything.
So it didn't.
No. They wrapped it all up. It all got wrapped up.
But it wasn't satisfying.
It's not that it wasn't satisfying. It's kind of like, I don't know how much of season 3 you've watched, but basically it becomes apparent you've got 2 groups, right? You've got Adam, you've got Eve.
Yeah.
And they're both basically wrestling with each other and moving people into the positions, right? So you've got one side who basically wants to stop the apocalypse, the other side who wants to continue the apocalypse, right? And the reason for like continuing it is actually, the more I think about it, the more I think, actually, you know what? I can see why he wanted to do it, but it's kind of silly. But the solution they come up with is kind of like, well, hold on a minute. If it was that fucking simple, why don't you just do this in the beginning?
Wait a minute. Okay. Okay, next week we'll have a Dark review.
Yeah, but I will honestly say, it's only got like 30 episodes. There are some shows that can run for 170 episodes that will not have as much plot as those 30.
I don't think anything does.
No, the plot just kept coming. And there is a great moment, I think in like the second to last or the third to last, where you actually see the events of a lot of things that have come before played out again, and you're kind of like,
Okay.
Loved it.
Okay. Season 3, Dark next week. Big review, guys. I shall do it. Challenge accepted.
Right, Project Power.
Yes. Want to run down the cast and who's involved in this, because my brain's just...
Jamie Foxx.
There he is.
And the other guy. From Third Rock from the Sun.
Yeah, the kid who's all grown up now, who disappeared.
We've all forgot his name now, haven't we?
Yeah.
Huge actor. Great actor.
Oh my god. But I've got an excuse. I haven't slept. You know. You're all fresh.
Yeah, but I'm like this. I always forget people's names.
9 hours a day. Your brain should be like lightning.
No, I'm old. My brain is gone. Oh, I will tell you in a minute.
It's
Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
There we go. Yeah, we were just
I
talking.
don't know that one.
So even Alexa doesn't know that one.
So we were just actually talking a few weeks ago, like what's happened to this guy.
What did you think of this film?
Not great, but at the same time, I kind of had fun with it but it was very flawed. Very flawed.
Wait, okay, so just because I'm being...
It's more moments.
This is being advertised heavily on Netflix.
It's more about moments which are like, oh, that was kind of cool. There's cool moments. There's style. But as a narrative, it's not great.
What is it about?
Well,
it's about a pill. And essentially, if you take that pill, you get superpowers for 5 minutes. But you don't know what power you get.
Yeah.
And it could kill you.
All right.
It's not guaranteed that it will kill you. Like, some people just have a reaction that kills them.
Yeah.
Unless you've had it before, then you'll keep getting that same power whenever you take it.
So it's a gamble. Yeah. And you do see people take it, and like one of the guys just like...
Yeah.
Just explodes.
But power, and it's like a legal drug, but it turns out that it's... what we can say, it's like testing for like this sort of government weapon that people want to weaponize it.
When you say power... Are we talking about...
Especially like mutant power.
Like you can become invisible, you can get super strength, you can get resistance to bullets.
Like whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, in a pill.
That chick gets like the frozen... Turns into Ice Lady or whatever.
Yeah, that was probably not the point as well. Wouldn't after the 5 minutes she just fall out and be like normal, but...
No, wasn't she done because she was going to get it permanently, right? That's why they put her in that thing to test it.
No, but they were still testing to get to that permanent
Yeah, but there
point.
wasn't that the pill they gave her, she would have had that permanently.
See, I read it, they were still trying to figure that out, the longer version of it.
I don't know, man. It's got a really cool concept, but within 20 minutes, I was just like playing on my phone and just lost interest.
I was into it up until the final big stretch, where it should have been the most engaging, where it's like, you know, the major action point, but that's when I started to kind of lose.
I think when that major action bit started, I think I was so bored I fell asleep.
That's a shame, because this is, as you're telling me this, I'm getting excited and I'm thinking, wow, man, that sounds pretty cool, right?
Cool concept. And there are cool moments.
But the cool moments don't make a good movie.
No, overall, no. No. But, there's fun to be had there. And they set up the possibility that they might continue with it. So, depending on how well it does.
So, would you take it?
Would I? Oh, God. The point. If I had, like, a good stock of it. Because you just take one, you find out you have this amazing power, but then you can't get any more. Then it's
take one, and you die.
Yeah, that's like 1 in 100.
You would take
1 in 100 is like still quite a high fucking probability.
Well, you're gonna die anyway. Why not just kind of...
Why not take a pill and have your head explode?
It could be amazing. You could find out you could fly, you could do something.
Do you have it? Do you get it longer every time?
No, it's only 5 minutes. And you pitch everyone literally, as soon as they take it...
Yeah, but the only reason to take it, like everybody's literally doing like illegal stuff. Like they're like... robbing banks.
Yeah. Well, it depends what your ability is, but yeah, a lot of the people are just using it to commit crimes. But that was the purpose of the company that was distributing.
But
they
then
were
the cop
purposely
starts taking
giving
it to like fight crime.
Yeah, that's the only way. It's got to balance the odds, isn't it?
I would say Jamie Foxx, I thought, was very good in it. He was very, very good actor.
He was actually pretty good. He was actually a lot of fun. So, would you, Sam?
I probably, for 5 minutes, what the hell am I going to do for 5 minutes? Do you know what I mean? I'll probably leave it.
Again, it depends what the ability is, though. If you
but you don't know what you're going to get. You might just turn into a frog.
The first time you don't know, but once you do it and you don't die, then that's going to be the power that you always get whenever you take it.
And your head won't explode?
No, that's only if...
Yeah, it fucks up.
Yeah, if you're just one of those people that just can't take it. So you wouldn't Mo.
Why did you look at Mo like that? Like he would be the one whose head would explode.
It's an pointless thing to do.
They
were like $500 a pill.
You could teleport. What if you could teleport anywhere in the world?
Yeah, but I could also die.
Not if the first time that's the risk, but after that you're fine.
But like that's the whole mentality of like, would you do it because the first one could kill you?
You got no risk, man. You got to take a risk in life.
I probably wouldn't take it. Like, you know.
See, Eddie's talking because he's got nothing to live for.
Oh, you got your cats.
And I'm in like full good health.
Okay. But yeah, about
2 out of 5.
I go. Like I said, there were fun moments. I got 2.5 for the fun moments.
Wasn't very fun.
Yeah. So we get to trailers.
Right, should we get into trailers? Right, might have to cut some of these trailers out because we've just had some more.
Yeah, we'll get rid of the ones that aren't important, which most of them weren't. But yeah, we got while we're recording this, the DC fandom is actually happening as we speak. And actually, oh shit, the teaser trailer for Suicide Squad has dropped. So we check this out before we actually
Let's check it out.
Yeah, let's give this a look then. I'm gonna pause this, and we will be back along with Justice League and Wonder Woman. Alright, guys, we're back. We just checked out Suicide Squad, the little teaser and a little behind the scenes teaser as well. What are your thoughts on that?
So we saw teaser 1 first, right?
With all the characters.
Yeah. So as they're stepping in, I think everyone in the room thought the same thing. It's like, when is the character drop gonna stop?
Yeah, it was like...
Yeah, and we were seeing some weird characters, right?
Yeah.
We're like looking at like
Yeah.
things that look like raccoons.
Yeah, Weasel. That actually made me laugh when I saw that. James Gunn's brother's playing literally a humanoid type Weasel thing.
So what really came clear from that is that this is a film that's probably not going to take itself seriously by no means.
Not at all. Not with a polka dot man
Yeah,
as one of the characters. But obviously, this is Suicide Squad, so you know that probably 2/3 of these people are going to be dead by halfway through the movie.
And now we've just seen the teaser 2, which again has got me thinking that I'm
It looks
actually interested.
Yeah. I got faith in James Gunn.
Yeah, Mo?
Well, I mean, seeing as the first film was like one of the worst films ever made.
But it's
but
not
this
that
can
guy.
only-
It's
it's
not
not-
that
No, but I'm
director.
saying this can only be better.
So what you did? What did you think?
Well, I mean, the first teaser was literally just like graphics, right?
Yeah.
That's somebody who doesn't even have to have seen the film has basically knocked that up. That literally tells you that the reputation that the Suicide Squad franchise has, or the name has, is incredibly low.
Yeah. But after watching a little sneak and seeing them little
I mean, that whole sneak peek was all built around James Gunn. It wasn't really about the characters, the film. It's James Gunn's doing this. It's going to be great.
fun.
James Gunn.
you got no faith in this, have you, man?
Listen, it will be better. It will probably be a really enjoyable film, right? It's just that first film, it has just
really stuck in your
hated
throat,
it.
isn't
Bring
it?
a neck, man.
It's a terrible, terrible film.
Wow.
The only
Like, you're
thing,
not wrong, but
the only thing I can think about that film, if I think about it, is literally that chick just standing there wiggling her hips for like 45 minutes.
it's like this film which had a whole different director, a whole different writer. This has nothing really, just because it has the same name.
But it's a sequel to that movie.
Yeah, but it is. But like at the same time, where a lot of these characters they were new, you know, if not all of them.
I got faith in it. It looks like it could be fun, but we need a proper trailer. But yeah, so Wonder Woman, 84, proper full trailer. We've got to look at Cheetah, which is, if you're not aware, is to Wonder Woman what Joker is to Batman. What do you think?
Is that the character out Thundercats?
Chitara.
It looked like her though, didn't it?
Less close, but yeah, Cheetah.
I was like, what the fuck is that?
I thought it looked pretty cool. I thought she was actually kind of,
It looked like she was actually fighting a big cat.
Yeah, that's what she is. That's what she is. A person who's turned into a cat.
So I really enjoyed the Wonder Woman 2 trailer.
It looked
I'm
much better.
Yeah, really enjoyed it. However, the last bit, it was like, what the fuck is that? And I know we keep going back to it, but it
You
just
guys really weren't expecting.
No,
we
you
weren't.
haven't kept up with any of the news on it, so you
No,
weren't really
everything
expecting
up
Cheetah.
until that point looked really good. And you're kind of like, what?
But the thing is that the cat doesn't look all that good either.
Looks like someone's wearing catsuit.
And
not the good kind of cat
It
suit.
looks accurate to what the character is, but
So
It's a
with
trailer, it could be
so
better.
with the first Wonder Woman trailer, and I know we're just being way over the top here. You know, I'm really looking forward to the movie. Even if that cat CGI is rubbish, I think I'm still going to enjoy it. But that in the first movie, the bad guy in that was a bit dodgy with the CGI.
it was a waste.
Yeah, and it's the same thing with this. So it seemed like to me, but I like who this cat woman.
Yeah, because
cat,
we see
yeah.
her before. That's
Yeah.
Kristen with the character.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
So we
I
see
like
her being jealous
yeah,
of Wonder
yeah.
Woman.
And
got
they
everything
showed
on
a
Wonder
lot. They showed a
Yeah.
hell of a lot if you think about it.
I still love the riding lightning. That was cool, man.
It's so obviously you do see Christopher Klein, and apparently there is already a
Steve
comic
Trevor.
book out that actually explains how he is still alive.
I'm sure they explain it in the film.
Oh, I'm sure they will, but
drop
like
him
if
in.
you want to find out, it is out
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, that'd be. I heard that they did a book version of it already, and that's already given it away. How a lot of this is
Comic book.
about. I don't think it was comic. Well, it probably is that as well. But yeah, I thought it was alright. I think it looked good. I'm looking forward to this. Didn't expect that before, but I'm in. Wonder Woman 84. Give it to me.
Okay, then moving on.
Justice League.
Hallelujah.
I hate that song.
Why do you hate that song?
I hate that
That's
song.
the classic.
Yeah, but we know.
Shit song.
Okay, but we know why they probably added that song into it.
Too much. It's too over the top as well.
Yeah,
Hallelujah, we've
yeah.
gotten the Snyder Cut. It's too good.
The thing to like somebody who doesn't remember.
Tom's having a fit. I don't know.
This is actually so true what you just said.
To somebody who doesn't really remember the Justice League Whedon cut that much, because I've tried to erase that portion of my memory. It's very difficult looking at this and thinking, wasn't all of this already in the film?
No.
So every single thing that's in that trailer is new.
More or less.
Pretty much, yeah.
So is the
whole lot.
actual story going to be different? Is this like not about the Mother Book or whatever it is?
Mother Box.
Mother Box.
It's still a
Do they still have
a
like that?
linchpin MacGuffin,
Yeah.
but I think it's just
So they don't
used
have that
differently.
whole that town where the nuclear explosion happens, and they all have to head down there. And...
we don't know until we watch it, but yeah, their versions of the characters are very different. I forgot the name of the big bad guy, but the design is completely different. He looks so much better. You got Apocalypse in this as well, which we didn't get in the original one. The big boss, their kind of version of like Thanos, which they never got to in Snyder's one. He's actually in this one now. There's so much. We get the Flash. He's actually got a love story in this. We actually see a bit more of his stuff, which wasn't in the main.
So is this the
original movie.
main reason that they're not getting rid of him as the Flash? Because he's still going to have a
I think that's just
part to...
It's just Warner Brothers, because they haven't gotten rid of Amber Heard either. They've said nothing about that, so I'm guessing she's going to stick around, which disgusts me.
This trailer, I think, has been on all of our minds to what is this Snyder Cut going to look like, and to have all that footage has actually got me very excited.
You were really like, who cares?
Yeah, no, I absolutely. I mean, like if we go back a couple of episodes, that's exactly what I was saying. But the truth of it is, now that I've seen it, I'm actually excited because this is a movie that I really wanted to see successful. I mean, we all want to see all movies be successful, but especially this, going back to our childhood.
Rock movies.
Yeah, what movies?
Set Rock's movies.
The Rock's movies and Will Smith.
I feel sorry for Will Smith after his wife cheated on him. I feel
You
he
mean
deserves a bit of it.
The Rock, the highest paid actor in Hollywood.
Yes, that makes shit films, but still gets paid so much.
Were you surprised that Ryan Reynolds is the second highest paid actor in Hollywood?
Yes.
And he's just sold his gin company for like $500 million.
How is he the second highest? He's had one hit. One true hit. Or two. Deadpool 1 and 2.
I wonder if they include the sale of his gin company then.
It just goes to show you don't have to actually have hit movies to be the guy. Because The Rock really...
Oh, no. He got loads of money from Netflix films as well.
I guess there's that.
So with this, it's like going back and thinking about our childhood. This is the one movie, we saw like the back in the days the cartoon was so good, and you just wanted to live up to that moment, that cartoon.
Just want to see those comic books come to life, and that's what this looks like.
Yeah.
What happens? How would you feel if this is worse than the Whedon cut?
It can't be.
It
just
can't
can't
be.
be.
Yeah.
There's no way. Don't get me wrong. I don't think this is going to be an amazing 5-star work of art cinema, Oscar-winning thing. But it just can't be as bad as that. It just needs to be...
Are you just saying that, hoping
one.
inside that it is, but you're just saying it out loud?
It just can't be. It's not possible. It's just not possible, Mo. Stop saying this. It's not possible.
Do you feel slightly cheated that this isn't coming to the cinema?
It would have been cool, but...
Do you think that they might still do
I
some
don't.
special screenings next year?
I'm sure they will. If cinemas open,
Yeah.
enough of them, then there is a possibility they will.
I mean, if this, I would go to watch it on the cinema
I
because that's how I really want to watch this experience.
And who knows? We might still, because we don't have HBO Max, so who knows how we'll get it over here.
And the other thing
That's
is...
the American thing, isn't it?
Right.
HBO Max.
And speaking about,
That's
after
actually-
watching the trailer, we spoke about how colourful and vibrant and that Zack Snyder feel and
Still
look
way
it
more
had.
gritty,
Yeah.
Because Whedon tried to kind of Avenger it up, make it more...
Yeah, and it just didn't feel right.
Nah.
But this...
But more think about it, there is a possibility we could get some sort of screenings, because how else are we going to get it without HBO Max? So, unless
Magic of the
it's Sky.
internet.
Oh, no, man.
HBO
Video
deal.
on demand, Amazon,
True.
iTunes,
True.
Google Play.
I'm into it though, man. Give it to me. Do we even need to talk about the other trailers?
Oh,
No, really
Should we leave that then?
Yeah, we'll skip them.
There are a few interesting ones in here, though.
Remind me, did we have
Cuties, I think we probably need to have a quick word about. I don't know
tween
what...
girls dancing
it's
in underwear?
just a
It's
very
bit
odd
creepy.
thing. Who is this?
It's creepy,
series
but
for?
that's kind of... If you've ever used TikTok, that's bloody what the
Yeah,
world is
but
now.
it just kind of seems
Gross.
inappropriate.
Ouch.
I know the French have a different view on like age of consent and
what
girls.
I was getting from this is that Muslim girl
Yeah.
being taken
'cause
into showing this sort of, hey, it's not all just about religion and stuff. You can have a more, a stripper's life.
Because it basically shows you that the family were like... It does refer to all of it almost, because the family were against her about doing this, because they were seeing what she was doing and what friends are you hanging out with, that bad influence, and them hanging out with boys that were like whatever age is older.
On the Rocks looks really good. That's the film with I've just forgotten, Bill Murray.
Yeah, but...
Let Him Go, Kevin Costner, look really good.
Yeah, it looked fun. Yeah, I could watch that.
And Class of 83 is the film we were talking about earlier on Netflix.
I'll give that a look. I think On the Nile, though, what was that one called?
On the Nile, Death on the Nile.
That looked like... That makes me want to go back and watch Orient Express.
It just looked incredibly stylish.
Yeah.
Nothing that you would really say about a Hercule Poirot.
I didn't enjoy the trailer.
Well, I did.
Yeah.
Reminded me of Great Gatsby.
No, really?
Yeah, gave me that vibe.
Right, should we get into the news?
Let's get in, because we don't know. We want to get the battery to cut out. We've got like...
Have you got the charger with
I
it?
forgot it. I was
How
rushed.
can you
I
forget
was
the charger
rushed.
every
Right, let's
single
go with the
time?
news then.
Rushed.
Right, there's a reboot of The Exorcist reportedly in the works.
I'm surprised it's taking so long, considering that this Exorcist is the
Yes, horror movie. Yeah.
from the 70s, I believe it was. Yeah.
Never seen it. Couldn't care less about it.
Oh, you have to watch The Exorcist,
Well,
man.
it's the movie, the horror movie, the iconic movie.
Now
Is
he
it
said
more
really,
than any.
though?
Yeah,
Yes,
now
it
he
is.
said
Is
this.
it still
Yeah,
really?
Yeah, it is.
Like, if you watch
It's not
it now,
we wouldn't be scared by
Right.
it.
So no. I
If
don't-
you're religious, maybe, but
Yeah, back then it was like this. Oh my god, this is so
Yeah,
real.
people
That's how they
freak
kind
out.
what can you do with it now?
effects. Her head can spin around more convincingly now, rather than being a doll like it was.
Actually, that's a very good point because to what Mo just said, because when you think about it, the whole sketch of the movie was back then to shock people like this shit is real. Yeah.
it's gonna be because
And now we know
12-year-old girl gets possessed by the various demons. Maybe the
You don't even
devil.
need to see that in a film nowadays. You see kids in the street acting like they're possessed by.
Through. I guess they can just make it look. I don't know if it's going to be good, but I'm just surprised it's taking them so long.
But
to
at the
do.
same time, there's a load of TV shows that have like kind of
There's an Exorcist TV show, isn't it?
yeah, this have focused on that.
Was it? Was it next? Or was it the Poltergeist?
No.
TV show?
It was.
Was it the
Oh,
Poltergeist?
I
think it was the Poltergeist. I think maybe.
Yeah.
Was it? No, it was Exorcist, wasn't it? Didn't you watch it for a little
Yeah,
while?
I watched it for a little while, but I can't remember if it was Exorcist or Poltergeist.
Pretty sure it was Exorcist.
Exorcist TV show.
Was it Poltergeist? I think
There was definitely a Poltergeist show in the 90s.
The Exorcist.
Exorcist. There you go. Yeah. Was it 2 seasons? 2 seasons. Okay.
Yeah, 89 on Rotten Tomatoes, 2016.
Yeah.
All right. Moving on.
Zack Snyder's zombie Netflix film Army of the Dead undergoing reshoots as Tig Notaro replaces Chris D'Elia.
Yes. D'Elia. Remember
D'Elia.
we were talking about whether him getting cancelled would lead to him getting removed
right,
from that film.
Right.
And do you remember Tig? She was in Star Trek Discovery, the engineer woman that they came across.
Oh right.
Remember
Is that
that?
who that
Yeah.
is? hold on. So they're replacing
a dude with a lesbian man. I want to be.
Hold on, so why not say they're replacing a dude with a woman?
Yeah.
Why does
I don't know whether she identifies as a woman though.
Why-
I know she is a lesbian, but I don't know whether she lives as a woman.
Hold on, wait. You're getting like your things.
It's confused. We live in confusing times.
No,
you can't.
it's true.
You can't presume anything.
Hold on, just because she's a lesbian doesn't mean she identifies as
No, she
anything
was,
other than a
but
woman.
We don't. Go look her up.
I'm looking her up now.
Why's your iPad so?
It's Apple stuff, isn't it? It's just shit.
You know what I'm saying? She's very androgynous. So I don't know whether she's truly just living as a man or a woman.
Show me. She looks like a. She's like.
She's androgynous. She's
Yeah.
like that in between David Bowie sort of thing.
Yeah. All right, fair enough. So
So why not just say they're replacing a woman, a man with a woman? Instead of
If she
going into,
lives as a woman. That's the thing. Look at what's his face? The Jenner dad, who's now a mum.
Yeah.
Like, we can't say
No,
she.
Wikipedia refers to her as an actress.
Okay, so
she
she's
is
an
known.
actress. So we know.
So
Now we
you're
know.
making.
I just wasn't
So
presuming.
essentially, you're looking at the way she looks and making a judgment
I'm
without actually
trying
knowing.
to be sensitive.
Like he said, we
got it
do
wrong.
You're not
live
being
in
sensitive.
confusing
You've now
times.
just said she looks like a man. Is what you've just said to this
It's
poor woman.
androgynous. I got it wrong.
You've just
I
said.
apologise.
And it's now on tape.
I'm a horrible person. I admit it. Burn me at the stake. I'm trying to be better. I'm trying to evolve. Allow me to evolve, people. Trying to get there. But yeah, so she's actually been getting interesting roles popping up over.
Yeah, I mean, she's really good on Star Trek Discovery.
I didn't like her on it. I felt she was wooden.
You just don't like Star Trek, Eddie.
I like Discovery. I felt she wouldn't, but
No,
it's
she's
gonna be
really
interesting.
good.
It makes me curious to know what that role is because I remember Delia talking about that role on his podcast a while ago. Like he put in a lot of work. He got in shape. He got jacked. So is it a physical role? Is she gonna have to do that, or is it just not?
Well, he probably wanted to look physically good
True.
in a movie.
But they're supposed to be like a SWAT team.
Yeah, so you got to be physically good, right?
But she's not.
She looks
very twee.
but she's a woman. She's not expected to have like jacked out muscles.
There are women that are jacked up. They're athletic women.
Yeah, but she doesn't necessarily have to have that.
Gina Carano.
Yes.
That's a good one there. Ronda
Name
Rousey.
me 5 other women.
Ronda Rousey.
Yeah.
Right, that's 2.
Oh, Cyborg.
Chris Cyborg.
Who the fuck is Cyborg?
We're going literally. We're going off the UFC roster.
So these aren't actresses then.
They act.
They
in
wish they
movies.
were.
They've all been in movies.
So by that saying, so The Rock is an actor.
Yeah, I guess so. You heard that he's buying XFL?
Yes, I did hear that. Yeah, he's bought it, hasn't he? The deal's done.
It's crazy.
I'd be interested to see
What
what
the
they
fuck's he
do with
gonna
that.
do with that?
Yeah, he's going to own his own like empire soon. He's got the money.
Yep.
Right, so maybe can we have like a moment of silence for some sacrilege that has been committed this week? Will Smith and Kevin Hart to star in a Planes, Trains and Automobiles remake. Sacrilege.
I've been really...
This is a crime.
It's weird because I've wanted to rewatch this film for a while now. It's in my queue on Amazon. I just need to get around to this one, sitting down to watch it.
John Hughes, a classic.
Yep, John Candy.
Yep.
It's a lot of man. It's Uncle Buck.
Steve Martin.
Right? Are you like? That's really shocked me, and I remember this film.
Dude,
and yes,
I'm actually surprised.
I loved this movie.
I expected you to go, what's... I was expecting to see you sitting there going through your phone thinking, Planes, Train, what?
No, man, this was a classic, and we're replacing it with
Will
those
Smith
two-
and Kevin Hart.
Oh God!
It's like, I know the original film will always be there, so it doesn't really matter if they want to remake it.
It is another generation, I guess.
I guess it is another generation. I guess Will Smith and Kevin Hart can bring something different.
Yeah.
Yeah, they can make this a different
Will be
movie.
funny. There will be laughs.
I guess they'll black it up, whereas the original movie is quite white, kind of like...
Black it up.
Well, you don't hire
it
Will
up.
Smith and Kevin Smith
Almost as
to
bad
make...
as saying it will be urbanized.
Okay, well, hold up.
They're going to black it.
But there's just so many other good actors that could have played
It's not even who's doing it. It's just the fact that they're remaking this classic film. I'd have this reaction if it was anybody else. Like, who could this be that would make it okay?
I don't mind them doing it. I just don't want those two to do it. Because I agree with what Mo just said. I think they might just black it up a bit too much.
So what if it was
take some of
the
the
White
actors.
Castle guys?
Harold and Kumar.
Yeah. Would that make it
I think that could probably work.
Yeah, but if you put those two in a film, I'll definitely want to see it, right?
That could
What's
work.
more bankable? Will Smith and Kevin Hart, are those two?
No, of course, bankable.
But when you put Will Smith's name against something now, it actually brings out groans. Like, who is genuinely excited
Bad
to see
Boys
a
was a
Will
hit.
Smith? That's
It
because
was
it's
a
Bad
big hit.
Boys.
Because there's no other film this year.
No, but that came out just before that madness. That squeaked in just before.
Yeah,
And it was a
exactly.
hit.
Perfect.
Just
Time-
before.
Like, that could be the biggest grossing movie of the year.
It could be, you know. That is so crazy. It could be.
Which one of these two is going to play the Steve Martin role?
I was curious about that.
Will
Who
Smith?
could do your emotion?
I think Will Smith would be the Steve Martin and Kevin Hart would be the John Candy because he's going to, like, crazy it up a bit, right?
See, I think we're sticking too much to the archetypes of that original film because I can't really see
Yeah,
them really playing
I don't think it's going to be those two characters.
Yeah.
It's just, I think they've gone with the title.
premise. Yeah. That's
what
what I think it is. I think it's just the title and they're going to switch it around a bit, do something a little different. Shouldn't do that, and I'm going to go and watch the old one.
Do it,
this
because
week.
it's still most of John Hughes' 80s output, apart from, like, She's Having a Baby, which I really didn't enjoy, just really stands up really well.
The last time you watched Planes, Trains?
It's been a couple of years, I think about maybe 2 years ago or something.
Wow, I haven't watched it since I was a kid. This
Two,
is one of
3
those
years
few
ago.
ones which I've never revisited. So
I've just got the
really-
Blu-ray a few months ago, so I might actually watch it as well. CBS All Access apparently is going to rebrand as Paramount Plus because apparently kids don't know or the rather youth audience do not know what CBS is. CBS apparently only means something to old people.
Yeah.
Paramount Plus
People
they
don't
think
watch
is
telly.
a bigger brand because they make films, they have theme parks, and it's more recognisable.
Younger people don't watch telly, so CBS is like just for old game shows and shit.
The Plus, though, it's becoming like Disney Plus, Paramount Plus,
Apple Plus.
HBO Max, Apple TV Plus, or whatever it is. Maybe they should go with Paramount Extreme because you've got HBO Max.
well, you know, you got to go with something that sounds good, right?
Paraplus.
You know, plus.
If it works.
Yeah. Another piece of news off of this. So, obviously, CBS All Access doesn't go anywhere outside of the US. I think they've got it in Australia. Apparently, Paramount, or rather Viacom, the parent company, is looking at launching an international service that actually encompasses CBS All Access, Showtime, Nickelodeon, and Paramount Films. And making it like a premium service.
Besides HBO, and maybe Hulu, I don't really want any of the other streaming stuff to come outside of America because I like the fact that we don't have to kind of divvy up all these different services. Like most of that stuff will end up on either Amazon or Netflix. So I kind of
think you will find that will become less and less as these services gear to like
That's
go
the problem. I
international.
just don't. I'm not
That
happy
actually
about
looks like it could be a very good service, right? Like Showtime makes some really good stuff.
They do.
Yeah.
They do.
So, and the fact that they bundle that in with like CBS All Access makes it a far more compelling like offering. Plus, then you have the Paramount catalogue of movies.
Time check, 30 minutes.
Right, Tenant.
Let's do
First
it.
reviews are in.
We're watching it this week, guys. Next week, isn't it? Yeah, next week you guys are going to get
This
a review.
coming week.
We'll do a special with us in the car, right?
Yes.
Oh my god! Right. So yesterday when I looked at it, the Rotten Tomato rating was 88. When I looked at it this afternoon, it'd gone down to 83. It's now sitting at 80.
Okay.
So it seems to be going down. And this is like the critics one, right? I'm not really looking at. Well, there isn't really one for the other one yet. So that's a little bit worrying.
So-
For an average movie, that would be fine. For a Chris Nolan movie, that's a little bit like.
I was saying when we were walking in the street the other day, for some reason, I could be completely wrong, and you'll find out next week when we do our review. But I've just got this feeling that this could be boring. I don't know why. Like, usually, is it just the hype of a Chris Nolan movie that's getting us caught up? thinking that this is going to be the next amazing thing.
I think it's not just about the Chris Nolan's he's directing it. It's also about the pitch for this that we're getting. This sort of going backwards, doing different things, some stuff that we haven't seen before.
So on the front page here, there's a couple of negative ones, right? So Time Out. After 5 months stuck in front of the small screen, maybe being a little overwhelmed is no bad thing, but it's hard to escape the sense that less might have been more.
What is that? Running time, or is it just...
Film Inc. from Australia. Overlong, noisy, full of po-faced delivery of pretentious dialogue, needlessly convoluted plot threads, unearned sense of gravitas that verges on unintentionally hilarious, and a script that isn't even vaguely as clever as it seems to think it is. Now, sometimes you read some of these things, and you watch the film, and you're kind of like, what was this person talking about? So I take this with a pinch of salt, because I've seen reviews for some like Tarantino's films, and you're like, what has this person put down? So take it with a pinch of salt. I mean, there are plenty of good ones here. If Nolan has out-Nolaned himself, it's in the action set pieces, which, despite being of head-scrambling technical intricacy, are sharper than Occam's razor carried off with astonishing economy. That's probably a bad one to read. I've got a lot of fucking words in it. So there are plenty of good reviews on here as well.
Get one more. We've did two bad ones. Get one more good ones to balance it out.
Altogether, it makes for a chilly, cerebral film, easy to admire, especially since it's so rich in audacity and originality, but almost impossible to love, lacking as it is in a certain humanity. That's actually supposed to be a good review.
Started good and then suddenly nosedived.
That's from the Hollywood Reporter. Had just decided to put a little zing in the end there, but they still give it a fresh rating. They didn't make it a rotten one.
Okay, so mixed bag,
but we will judge for ourselves on that one.
Yeah, I'm going in cautious, which is probably a good way to go in. I'm not getting too hyped on it. And hopefully
you know you're hyped. This is like the only film of the year, right?
Kind of looking away.
Yeah, like everything else that goes into your top 5 at the end of the year are all going to be like things from Netflix. Well,
I think the next week, the week after, we're getting New Mutants as well. So that's a surprise.
That's the only way it's going to get into the top 5 in the year when no other films have come out.
I'm just really fascinated to see how this will do, like box office wise, like how to gauge what sort of numbers box office can do now.
What we're talking about, Tenet. This is going to be very, very interesting.
Yeah. Jensen Ackles, Supernatural. Sam?
Yeah.
Joining the cast of The Boys for season 3.
Oh, yes.
Right.
Apparently he plays like a...
Hold on, I'm going to read this out to you. I'm going to read out the description of his character. And you tell me where you've seen this before, right? So Ackles will portray Soldier Boy, a.k.a. the original superhero in the streaming drama. After Soldier Boy fought in World War II, he became the first super celebrity and mainstay of American culture for decades.
Yeah.
Who does that sound like?
Well, the whole Boys universe is a piss take of all superheroes. Like, I actually, as part of the DC versus Marvel podcast, guys, check that out. We're going to go deep into the whole DC fandom this week. I actually got into the comic book just to kind of see what else is going on in that universe. And it is so insane. They've got a rip-off of the X-Men in there. They've got Batman, version of Batman who's obsessed with having sex. He fights against himself about having sex with his version of Robin. So he kicks him out of his mansion so he doesn't have to deal with the temptation. Because every time he looks at him and looks at his ass, he just can't take it. Like, the whole Boys universe is insane. And I hope this show goes on for like a decade because there's so much they can get into.
And if you didn't get it, that actually sounds like... Oh, wait for you to say it.
Captain America.
Oh. Yeah,
no one said that.
I'm not thinking, wait, Captain America.
Right, so some superhero news. Ben Affleck
Get it quick.
will be returning as Batman.
But only for the Flash movie. It's just a one-off, wrap up that
This
story.
is going to be really disappointing, isn't it? This is going to be like, the crossover for Infinite Worlds or whatever it was, Crisis on Infinite Earths, where everyone gets like...
You saw Flashpoint animated.
Yes.
You remember how it ended? Because
everything went back to normal afterwards.
Crossed into that universe, saw his dad, who has become Batman, and took a letter back to Batman at the end.
Yeah, so it's all going to be like Michael Keaton, Ben Affleck, but they're all going to get like a couple of minutes on screen time, right?
It's more cameo than a full on.
Yeah.
That's it. Just one and done. But I like the fact that he's come back just to kind of wrap things up for that little.
But just earlier in the week, I saw something like saying like Ben Affleck is trying to segue away from Batman, and then like literally 2 days later, he's returning as Batman.
Well, I did hear that he had to have. He did had a once over on the script. He had to have certain things that were in the script. He was like, nope, change that for me to come back. He got to do this.
Nope. Got to look fat. No, not losing weight. Olivia Wilde apparently is in the hot seat to direct a Marvel film for Sony. And potentially, all eyes are pointing towards Spider-Woman.
Yeah. That surprised me. I did hear that Olivia Wilde was directing now. She did a little film not that long ago.
Booksmart.
Yeah, she did. Yeah, that was the little film.
Yeah.
And that was good.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah, so I'm into it.
I mean, I guess it basically is to be seen whether she can do action. But how do you feel about Spider-Woman?
Interesting character.
It's actually one I didn't actually get around to do it. I have to go and look up what Spider-Woman actually looks like.
Yeah, the name is deceiving. Like, even though she's called Spider-Woman, she's not really like Spider-Man. She has other things going on, quite a bit. And
they're really building off this whole Spider universe, right? They've done Venom. They've got the Morbius one coming out,
which I keep forgetting. Everyone forgets about that bloody thing that doesn't look anything like a superhero movie. It looks like a bad Dracula movie.
I'm going to open the door for Sam.
Right. So, folks, if you want to get in contact with us, do email us at tatmpodcast@gmail.com.
Do it.
If you want to tweet us, we are Talking Movies 3.
Do it.
And if you want to follow us on Instagram, we are Talking the Movies.
Do it. Don't forget, guys, Voltron Network, 2 separate words on YouTube. Show love, give us a like, thumbs up, subscribe. Whatever podcasting platform you listen to this, iTunes, Libsyn, Spotify, wherever this is available on. Show us love, guys. So from me, there is
me, Mo,
and special guest Salem, who's just run off to answer the front door. See you guys next week. Bye.